Hello everyone, welcome back to another review here on the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Red and Guido 2-pack. Now this 2-pack has been the set of some controversies, such as the rescaling of Red. Of course, back in 2011 up until 2024, we've had this deluxe size Red for quite a while. It's nicely scaled and had these wonderful chrome accents on him, which made him very accurate in the movie. Of course, in 2025 for the Race and Rescue line, Red did have to get downscaled unfortunately, and this is what this version looks like. And this version did get a release in 2026 under new China, so there's that. But you can see we lost a lot of the chrome, and yeah, it just feels a little bit more cheaper than normal. So very disappointing to see. So when this 2-pack actually got revealed, was rumored to come out, a lot of people thought we were going to get the deluxe size Red back and everything will be fine. Nope. It is a new downscaled Red using the Race and Rescue Red mold. So, not great. We also have Guido here, which is actually the reason I got this 2-pack. It's because I didn't have a normal Guido. The closest one I had is Guido with Claude. And of course, I got to get the Race and Rescue Guido from earlier this year. So yeah, we're going to see if this 2-pack is worth it for this Red. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see, we have these two characters artworks. We have Red's Cars 3 artwork and Guido. It's pretty cool. I do wish they included Luigi in this pack because I know it's weird to have Guido without Luigi. But then again, Luigi's being included without Guido in a 5-pack with Doc, McQueen, Mater, and Sally at Walmart. So I guess it's not too surprising. But yeah, Luigi could have easily fit in here. I'm gonna be honest. On the way to the Springs background. As seen in Cars, good job Mattel. We have Roger Wheeler and the King, which is another new 2-pack in this case, which is 2026 singles, 2-packs case F. I don't know why I said singles, but I've been reviewing a lot of singles lately, so that's why. And we also have this Abomination, Pat Traction, and Cars 2 Jeff Corvette. Funny, this is the Cars 3 Jeff, and it was mislabeled on the Cars, so I'm gonna look at that. So yeah, that about does it for the packaging. And before we open these up, I do want to mention that this 2-pack is getting reissued under the new 20th anniversary branding, which is pretty cool. I'll actually post a picture on the screen, and it's gonna look really, really nice, especially for classic characters such as Red and Guido. But that's enough mumbo jumbo. I'll be right back with this 2-pack all opened up. Alright, so here are Red and Guido out of the package, and I gotta say, they're actually looking pretty good for New China, which is pretty surprising because a lot of New China cars have been a little iffy to say the least, but these two actually look really, really good. So let's just show a quick picture of where they appeared in Cars 1, even though I'm sure you all know where they appeared. They're the main radio Springs Townies, so nothing too special, but it's pretty cool that we still get them to this day. Now I do want to focus a little bit on Guido. We'll start with him first. So we'll take a look at Red later because there's a lot of things I want to say about him. But Guido, it's pretty simple. He has this cute little smile with the black border across his windshield. A little bit of eyeliner dripping into his eyes, but that's normal for Thailand, so it's New China. We have the forklifts here, which actually looks a little inverted on mine, so it's pretty interesting. Interesting. Looks like this turquoise part wasn't like put on properly. I don't know if that's like that on all the new Guidos, but it's interesting to know. We have the window here outlined in black. It is a little, actually, it's not that bad. I thought it was gonna be a little grainy, but it's not. Because we have the blue here, turquoise, small window, these little silver stuff, outlined in silver, pretty good. The start, the side is exactly the same, and here is the base. Well, they put the date stamp on his forklift. 3525 EAA, so the 352nd day of 2025 at the EAA factory. See Pixel made in China. Yep, we're going back to China, but the production quality is still moved to Thailand. It's just pretty interesting to know. So let me just compare him with the Guido. Only other Guido I had, which is Guido with Claude. They did put in his teeth a little bit more on the new China version, and the expression is slightly different. You know, its eyes a little lower, not as high up. And its cap is actually more of a dark blue, which is pretty interesting to note. Yeah, the turquoise is a lot more like vibrant, doesn't look as washed out like this cloud version. Silver is still there, not as reflective, but still there. The side should be the same. And we're back to the front. Yeah, this Guido with claw is like a super full-on version of Guido. So, but it was my only Guido I've had for a long time. It was kind of like Race Team Mater from back in the day where I only had that Race Team Mater before Lego Mater, which is kind of funny. But yeah, he was Racing Rescue Guido. I do believe they actually reused the eyes from that version, so it's pretty cool actually that they did that. You have black forklifts versus the gray ones. Yeah, different decals, but you know, same mold and everything. I really like Racing Rescue Guido. I think he looks really cute with his firefighter hat. I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, that what does it for Guido here. Now let's move on to the main attraction, Red. Okay, so it's gonna be hard. I do have, this is the 2025 Racing Rescue Red from Thailand, not the new China one, but they're practically the same. So I'm gonna compare these two first, and I'm gonna compare it to the deluxe version. So as you can see, let me get a good grip on them. So as you can see, they do have different expressions. This one looks a little bit more chipper. This one looks a little bit more calmer. We have the lights painted in silver here. These parts here, which actually only colored on the back, interestingly. They only did the front, but not the back, which is actually kind of gross. They did paint in his mouth black on the new China version, which is pretty nice. They left it closer than the Racing Rescue version. The lights up top are pretty much the same. Yep, pretty much the same. Okay, this is gonna be really hard. So let me move the camera up a little bit. The back. There we go. Yeah. So red ribbons for the movie version versus the yellow wheels for the Racing Rescue version. And they actually did add something that was missing on Yellow Red for a while. The yellow trim, which is pretty cool actually. The only other red to have this yellow trim was the Precision Series version, so it's nice they added on a mainline red again. So the radio springs for department text don't look too bad. It's pretty good. I don't want the camera doesn't want to focus. There we go. It's fire department. Unfortunately, only the front cap is metal. This back cap is plastic. But it's always been like that for red, so not too surprising. But yeah, very interesting about the yellow lines. You know, I'm glad they added it, but it's like we also lost a lot of the chrome that red used to have back in the day. So not super happy about that. We have springs, rescue. Back we have his license plate, Colorado County 002, I believe that's supposed to say. We have the red stripes. This side should be the same. Yeah, it's pretty much the same for both versions. And here is the base. Oh wow, yeah. Look at that difference. Yeah, no more chrome on this guy, which is very disappointing. But 3585 EAA, so 358 day of 2025 at the EAA factory. Very interesting to know. Now I'm gonna compare him to his deluxe version from Thailand. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a massive size difference. Now it looks like they did transfer this expression on the smaller head. Excuse me, which is pretty interesting to note. They actually did color on the back of his lights here, even though it did not paint the best, but it's better than like leaving it unpainted on this one. Side view mirrors, very cool. Yeah, this is where you see the difference. Actually, yeah, I think it makes more sense if I do that. Yeah, the chrome is pretty much gone on this guy, but we did get the yellow trim. So I don't know if the yellow trim was on this red, I think it'd be like the perfect red die cast. In theory, all the decals should be the same. Yeah, they are pretty much the same. Yeah. So yeah, that about does it for right here. I'll Yeah, I can see why a lot of people are getting upset with this release because oh, sorry guys, that was a little wonky, but yeah, I can see why a lot of people aren't too fond about this release. I just think they should have kept the chrome and not downscaled him. Ideally, he would have been a deluxe and a 2-pack, but you know that's just the state of the colors that we're in right now. It's not in a great place, so I know this time we just gotta appreciate the small victories, mm, like I don't know, keeping the chrome on shelf and dark from this year, especially since when they removed it on red. So I was worried they were just gonna like get rid of it for characters that actually needed it, like dark and such. But thankfully, the chrome has been reserved on those two characters. But yeah, an okay 2-pack. I mean, if you already have the deluxe I spread, I would just skip it. I only got it just because of Guido. But yeah, if it's found a Luigi and Guido single, I probably would have skipped on this pack. But yeah, that's gonna do it for my review. Thank you all so much for watching. Remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more upcoming content. See you all next time. Until then, this is Joe Quick Tire signing out.